Hello friends and family, this is Michael Wolf Parsons coming to you from Wolf Customs in Neosho, Missouri. Tonight's video is an update on the Humvee. It's a 2000 model ex-Marine unit that I've been working on for about a year now. And you can't tell because it's on the jack stands, but it's been dropped, it's been chopped, it's been made two-wheel drive, has a big block Ford 460 in it, and if I can brag on a little bit, I think it's bad to the bone. So tonight's video is more about what's going on under the hood. For those of you who have been following us, I've mentioned that we've been having some carburetor woes. We put a Edelbrock 650 carburetor on it, thinking that that would work good because we put the exact same carburetor on our motorhome, which has an Olds 455 that Jimmy built. He built both engines, so they should be roughly about the same. Well, the Edelbrock 650 is too small for this vehicle, and we've been running lean. It's had a hesitation when you take off. So last weekend, Jimmy pulled a Holley 750 off the shelf, and he rebuilt it, and we put it on, and boy, it woke this vehicle up. It's like totally different. However, you know, it's a Holley, and well, I guess you can get into a war of brands here, but I'm not a fan of Holley. They seem high maintenance to me, but I know they must be good because a lot of people use them. It's probably user error when it comes to me. Anyway, we still had problems with that Holley carburetor. It became running too rich and it started dying, and actually it died at the end of Trout Farm Road. So I walked a half mile and came back and got the truck. And what it was, I think we have a problem with the floats, and I think it just drowned our cylinders in gasoline, and then we couldn't get it started. So we've been talking about an Edelbrock ProFlow-4 EFI system. That's electronic fuel injection. It's multi-port, and I'm really stoked about this unit. And we were trying to put it off and kind of get caught up before we made another big purchase, but we just need to get this Humvee done and use it for a shop truck and get it to start paying for itself. So we ordered a Edelbrock ProFlow EFI last weekend. Could be here tomorrow, but it's probably more likely going to be here Monday or Tuesday. We also ordered a set of heads. Now, we didn't really need this right now, but our rationale is our old work truck, our 88 F250. Those of you who watch my posts know that I've been having problems with that, and I have problems with the wiring, and it's just going to lay down soon. I just keep on patching it up. So we're going to take all the carburation off of this engine and put on our old work truck. I think the Edelbrock 650 will work just fine on that because it's a stock engine. So we rationalized going ahead and purchasing the EFI and the heads because, oh, by the way, our 88 F250, the fuel injected heads on those are different. So we can't just bolt a carburetor manifold on it. That's our rationale anyway. So we pulled it in and we're starting to make some changes under the hood. And the first thing I did, we had a problem with the radiator. Let me pan over. This is the radiator we put in it as we were building it. And it does have a thick core, but when we were building it, I told Jimmy, I said, sweetheart, I just don't think that's enough radiator for this vehicle. And he says, yes, it is. Listen to me, woman. And I said, okay. So we put it in, and it's been running a little bit hot on a warmer day. So I can't imagine what that radiator would be like in the summertime. Well, I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out how I was going to put the Humvee radiator in it. And it is a ginormous radiator. So I had to go in and make all new brackets. And actually, to be honest with you, I didn't like the core support or the radiator support I made for that smaller radiator anyway. So that's what I've been working on between doing other things this week. So before I lift the hood, there is just one little detail I wanted to point out. I had to make, this is part of the bracket that holds the front of the radiator. And I'll show it to you after I open the hood. But this is a Humvee because it's military. The Hummers are the civilian models. And I wanted to put something in the middle of this bracket to kind of dress it up. Well, the civilian models have an H and then a 1. And it kind of is lower than the H. And I thought, well, I can't have that because that would be like, you know, just some rich person that has a Hummer. So I made an H with an exclamation point. What does it mean? I don't know, but it made me happy, so I did it. So I also want to point out, recently I took out the wire mesh behind the grill, the top and lower grill, and put in some stainless perforated material, and I think it looks fabulous. So let me get this hood open and I'll show you what I've been working on. Now, for those of you who do not own a Hummer, they do not come equipped with gas support struts, and that's something that I built for this. It works rather nicely. So this is the Humvee radiator. It's massive. It's heavy. Gosh, the tubes in it measure something like some ridiculous huge size, like 1/2 inch. So it's going to flow a lot of coolant. So what I had to do, the Humvees, the radiators set in there oriented like this. So I had to make brackets in the front and back. And I tied into the rear upper A-arm bracket. And everything's just tacked in there right now. Now, I made this out of 10 gauge material. And so when I don't have a brake heavy enough to do stuff like this. So when I have to bend heavy material, I score it. You can see this cut across here. And then I can bend it. I get it where I can just barely bend it by hand. And then that allows me to manipulate the piece. You can see another bend up here. Manipulate the piece, and then I tack welded it once I got it where I needed. And when I take this back out, it'll be welded and then buffed down. And in the front, I had to kind of think, okay, how am I going to do this? Because the Humvee radiator is supported just in the center, and I had the steering box that I had to try to work around. I couldn't go straight down because, as you can see, I have a transmission cooler and the fan. So, and I really didn't have anything to go straight down anyway. And mind you, I also have to work around the steering and the sway bar. So what I did is I kind of made a bridge type thing, and it ties to that front cross member right behind the fog lamps, and then ties to this brace I'd already put across between the frame rails as I was building it. So it works rather nicely, and I'm proud of it. Tomorrow I will take it out and finish welding it, and that piece will be black, and the rest, well, where I weld into the frame, it'll be my ruddy brown primer. So, which wouldn't work on any other vehicle, but it's a Humvee. For some reason, it just kind of fits. That is the ruddy brown primer on the frame rails. Well, folks, this is pretty much all I have to say about this tonight. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share it. If you find this interesting, please share it. I want to keep on growing my channel, and I want to thank you for watching it. And I couldn't grow my channel without you, that is the viewers out there. So you guys have a great evening, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.